They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and nowhere is that more applicable than in the general sphere of art and media. If you are a person who likes things, it is more than likely that at some point you have expressed an opinion and then realized that everyone disagreed with you. This has happened to me several times, and today I decided to share 10 of my entirely unsolicited, unpopular opinions. Because, the YouTube comment section is always such a kind, reasonable, understanding place. But yeah, here are some opinions I have which, in my experience, most people do not share. Thor: The Dark World is a good movie. I like Nick Jonas as Marius. Magneto is overrated. The movie version of Prince Caspian is better than the book. Asgore is the best character in Undertale. Mapleshade and Scourge are both overrated. The first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is good. Wolverine and Storm is the ultimate OTP. Everything Owl City made after All Things Bright and Beautiful is still just as good as the stuff he made before. Breath of the Wild does have music, and its music is really, really good. And now I'll over-explain all those opinions because I hate conflict and have a compulsive need to justify myself. Okay, I know that The Dark World is bad and I can't actually defend it against its most common criticisms, but that does not stop me from enjoying the heck out of it every single time I watch it. And also Chris Hemsworth is really pretty. So I understand to some degree why people didn't like Nick Jonas as Marius, and this is all subjective, obviously, that's kind of the point, but I find it a little unreasonable when they say he ruined the whole show. I was looking at the reviews on Amazon when I bought the concert on DVD, and over half of the 1-star reviews are just Nick Jonas can't sing, he ruins the entire show. And it's just kinda really? Okay, yes, his voice sticks out a little bit, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Does Michael Ball or just about any other Marius actor run circles around him? Yes, but he is still nowhere near as terrible as these people claim. From a character standpoint, I honestly think he fits Marius pretty well. He has that whole overly serious and dreamy vibe to him, and while he's not as great as some others, he's still hitting the notes, and I think he sounds fine. And to clarify, I am not a Jonas Brothers fan. I don't think I could even sing a single one of their songs. I was not listening to boy bands in the early 2000s. I was listening to Christian music, and George Strait. But the point is, I really like this performance of Les Mis, and by extension, all the performers in it. And it's way better than the movie. So, Magneto. As I'm sure you all know, I have a lot of strong opinions about the X-Men, and one of them is that Magneto really, really annoys me. I don't object to him existing or being prominently featured in things. He is the ultimate X-Men villain / anti-hero, and I totally get that. But he's legitimately so annoying to me. He's just a drama queen who thinks the entire world revolves around him. And it's yeah buddy, I'm really sorry you lost your entire family like that, more than once, but that does not give you a license to try and kill thousands of innocent people. Just get over yourself already. It's not that Magneto isn't an interesting, iconic character. He can just be really infuriating at times. Okay, so this is similar to The Dark World, and then I can't justify the fact that Prince Caspian is a pretty subpar movie, but it's such a part of my childhood, and I honestly found the book to be pretty boring. So yes, if we're talking adaptation-wise, it's terrible, but I still way prefer it to the book. Maybe I should make a video about that. It's subjective which characters you like the most in Undertale, obviously, but all I can say is the part that makes me cry every single time, and I do not cry over video games. It's just everything with Asgore. Has he done bad things? Yes, there's no denying that. But why would you not forgive a person who so clearly regrets what they've done? Maybe I'm just a sucker, but I love him so much. And I don't have an unhealthy amount of coverage of his theme. Shut up. This is probably just a consequence of edgy preteens, but why do so many people like Mapleshade and Scourge? Yeah, they have sympathetic backstories and everything, I guess, but it's kind of similar to Magneto, where it's just they're still awful people who, commit murder and stuff. Why is there so much fan art? Don't you kids have something better to do with your time? Whatever. Probably another one in the trend of I can't defend this thing, but I like it, but I just always enjoy Season 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I never found it boring. Sure, some of it's a little cheesy, I guess, but I still think it's good overall. It's definitely better than Season 5. Maybe it's just because I don't watch very much TV in general, so the stuff it did, which was cliche to other people, was not to me. I don't know. I don't even need to explain why Storm and Wolverine is the OTP. It just is. Forget Scott and Jean, forget Rogue and Gambit, forget Wolverine's 20 other girlfriends. He needs to be with Storm. He just does. Okay, but seriously, I feel like people just don't talk enough about how much sense this pairing makes. Logan's relationship with Jean always felt just a little bit forced to me, he just decides he's into her and Jean just decides she's kind of into him too. I don't hate it or anything, and I know it's iconic, but he and Storm just have such a natural chemistry with each other and this really great mutual respect. They've been with the X-Men so long together that a relationship between them feels so much more natural and organic to me than anything between him and Jean, and I just absolutely love them together. Here's another thing where I just don't understand it, but I have seen so many people claim that everything Owl City put out after All Things Bright and Beautiful was terrible. First of all, Beautiful Times came out after that album, so you're wrong. And second of all, there's nothing wrong with any of the albums he made after that. Cinematic was basically what helped me survive the summer of 2020. I just legitimately love Owl City so much to the point that I can think of only 3 songs by him that I would say I don't like. So I just don't get why people don't like his newer stuff. For this last one, it's mostly not even an opinion, it is a provable fact that Breath of the Wild has music, but I have seen so many people say this game doesn't have any music that it's kind of ridiculous. Like, did you play the game? Did you have sound on? It has music, and that music is good. Like, just don't try to look me in the eye and say that the main theme to the game is not absolutely amazing. Also, Gerudo Town is a bop, and so is Out on Volcano from Skyward Sword, but that's a completely different game, so never mind. Yeah, those are all the unpopular opinions of mine that I could think of and felt were worth sharing, for some reason. Now I invite you to share any and all of yours. Let's celebrate our nonconformity. Because if there's a message I want to spread with this channel, it's stop being a jerk to people because they enjoyed something differently than you did. Have a good one.